Okay, if you are not interested, swipe. Now you get your data. Today we are going to be talking about how people treat you. You are responsible for how you are being treated by people. You are responsible for the way people relate with you. You are also responsible for the way people perceive you. Now, we start from the first one. You are responsible for how people treat you. One of the best ways to make people treat you like trash is because of too much availability. You know, when you are too available, you become a cheap commodity. And the thing about cheap commodity is that people tend to use them anyhow. So if you want to add that quality, that value to yourself, always ensure that at some point in time, you just disappear. At some point in time, you keep your distance, even if it is just an elbow length. For the human, normally, anything you feel that is always at your call and beckon, you tend to abuse it. And the same thing applies to people. It is possible that you might love someone just for the sake of loving them. Talking about love now, I'm not talking about love as a romance love, just love as in like, you know. And for this kind of people, you decide that I want to assist this person, I always want to be with this person. And that person will just be looking at you like one piece of trash. So who is responsible for allowing that person to treat you that way? It is you. You, Gangani, you. Once upon a time, back in the days of undergraduates, Lagos State Polytechnic, now Lagos State University of Science and Technology. I remember during our handy days, you know, myself and some of my colleagues, we often organize tutorials for our other colleagues and for our junior colleagues. However, whenever the result is out, I'm just always there at the average. What is going on? And this same thing transcended to the point of the higher national diploma. And I was like, what's going on? I'm always of servitude to all of my lecturers without excluding one person. All of them, I'm always of servitude to them. Not because I want them to pass me, but because it is just this kind of training we got from home. But those who do not even send my lecturers at all, like my friend Ibrahim now, that one is squishy. Does not even send anybody. And I know in terms of intelligence, academic intelligence, we are almost at the same par. So what the hell is wrong with me? So I had to make a tough decision for myself that, okay, fine. You see, all my lecturers, I love you. But you see, at this point in time of my life, for those of them who cared, we are not seeing this guy. We're not seeing this guy. E.g., Dr. Steve. Then he reached out to my friend Ibrahim that, what is happening to your friend? We are always seeing him. And Ibrahim is just one mushing boy that is unnecessarily blunt. He just told the man that, Shebi people used to fail him because he's serving you. You think he does not know? Ibrahim Ogbadu. You think he does not know Bukabi? And he has decided that people should do your day, it would also be on his own day. Whether they took that personal or not. However, what I knew was that particular year was when I had the best results so far. You know, the A's were just... And the thing, of course, will boost the GP. That is going to drive home my point. I stopped making myself unnecessarily available and I was able to attain some level of quality back. And that same formula, I've once used it as one of my place of work where I'm just available to do any kind of job. But then I got a query for a job that doesn't even concern me. So I decided that, okay, every job that is outside my primary assignment, I'm not even doing again. And believe me, I had peace of mind. I had some level of development. I had some level of respect. And those jobs that I was doing that is not actually my concern became a means of employment for some other people. So what am I saying in essence? So much of availability is going to make you a cheap commodity. The second one is that you're responsible for the way people relate with you. I'm not saying you should be that kind of person that people cannot approach. No, there is no point of being unnecessarily harsh to people. But then you need to learn how to put some kind of discipline and decorum around yourself. What do I mean? There is time to laugh. There is time to be stern. One thing is that when you are too approachable, like anybody comes to you, they can talk and do anything anyhow with you, it's not going to earn you any kind of respect at all, sincerely. And one of the things that lead to this kind of situation is that we are always trying to embark on, I want to please everyone, I want to be good to everyone. It's not possible for you to be good to everyone. You see, the thing about good people is that when you're a good person, people want to take advantage of you. They think you are stupid. They don't know that it is your own upbringing that is different from theirs. And when you are nice to some other people, they think it is because you want to take advantage of them. So whatever the case, always ensure that there is a balance. There is a time you would open up easily, and there's a time you should be stern, because in that way the balance will make people know how they will relate with you. If you are too strict, nobody will want to come and talk to you. They'll just leave you on your own. And if you are too soft, people will just be rubbing every kind of shit, and that is not too good for your own reputation. So in terms of how people relate with you, ensure you place a balance between being friendly and being strict. Now, the final thing that I'm going to use to cap all of this is one thing: respect. Whether the person is your superior, whether the person is your subordinate, ensure you treat people with respect. You see this thing called life. The table will always turn. It must turn. One thing about the turning of the table is, at a point in time, whether you like it or not, you are going to be at the receiving end. Now imagine that when you are at the center of the table, when you are at the top of the table, those at the receiving end, you didn't treat them well with respect, you just treat them anyhow. By the time the thing is going to turn, how do you expect them to treat you? Now imagine that you did treat them with respect and they did otherwise when it was their turn. Well, that is left to them. You're still going to turn back to your position. But imagine you treat them with respect and they were reciprocal about that respect. You get the point now? Yeah. So again, you are responsible for how people treat you. You are responsible for how people relate with you. You are responsible for how people perceive you. And if you need respect from people, you don't have to start shouting that people should respect you. You should be the one to offer respect. Anybody who has sense would know that the moment you offer them respect, one thing is certain: they need to reciprocate that respect. So ladies and gentlemen, I believe with this viewpoint of mine, you are responsible of how you perceive Alhaji Swipe. Till we meet again next time, the name is Onutaj. I am a cinematographer, a sound engineer, a multimedia enthusiast, a vocalist, a voiceover artist, and an a cappella producer. Till we meet again next time, I say Assalamu alaikum.